Welcome everyone and thanks for joining me today. For this lesson, we're drawing Lily Lovebraids from Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. So we start along the top center page with the eyes. Let's start with the one on the left. We're going to draw a small circle from the very top in the center, go all the way around towards the bottom, and bend that back up towards the top. Let's leave a gap in between the eyes and draw that same size circle on the right. So we'll start by lining up the top, bring that down towards the same height, and then back up. Now I want to add a thick lash across the top. So we'll start from the inside on the left, go higher around the outside, and then tuck that in. And we'll fill the inside of the lash in black. Now I'm going to pull the iris and pupil towards the inside. So I'm going to draw a smaller circle, just leaving a small gap on the inside of the eye. Going all the way around, and then up, and we'll line that up on the right side. And then in the center, I'm just going to add a small black dot to the pupils. Let's move to the center and draw on the nose. We'll start with a curve across the bottom. Go back to the left side and go up, separate the nose coming down. Now we want to move down and draw on a large mouth. We'll start underneath the left eye, curve this down, and then up. Let's round up the corner of the mouth. Go back to the left side, I'm just going to open this up, coming down, and then back up. Let's add the lips along the top. Start right in the middle, and it's up, and then down toward the left, and then the right side. And I'll add the lower lip with one curve. Now along the top of the mouth, we're going to add another curve for the teeth, coming down, and then up. And then along the bottom, draw a straight line going across. And you want to fill the inside of the mouth in black. And we want to go around the teeth. Now before we continue to add some more detail, I want to bring the hair coming down along the side of the head. So we'll start right in the center, go all the way up toward the top. Let's start with a point. I'm going to brush this out around the left eye, come down, and then in toward the bottom. Let's go back up to the top. We're going to bend this down and across, go around the eye, come down and in toward the same height. Let's go back up to the top and draw on the eyebrows. We'll start on the left, bend this in, and then down, line that up on the right. I'm just going to curl up the brow, just bring that up and then in. Let's add some thickness to the eyebrows. We're going to follow that same curve across the top, coming in. And we'll fill the inside of the eyebrows in black. Now move back down and close off the bottom of the head. Starting on the left, bend this down, just underneath the mouth, and then up. And we're going to add a little bit of detail across the side. Starting underneath the eye, just going to bend this around the corner of the mouth and then down. Let's go back up to the top. We're just going to part the hair. It's going to continue this curve, going around and up toward the top of the head. Let's go back down to the bottom of the hair and add some texture. We're starting on the left side. Bend this out and then up. Go down about halfway, add another curve going towards the side of the head. Let's do the exact same thing on the right. Step down, add another curve. And add a small point on the end, coming down. And we're going to go back up towards the top of the head. Let's close off the left side. We're going to go up, round up the head, and then pull that down towards a point. Go back up to the top center and do the same thing on the right. Go all the way around and pull that down towards that point. We're going to add some texture across the inside. So starting in the middle, brush this across toward the left, step up, got another one. We're going to add a couple lines coming out from the right. Let's add that bow on top of the head. We'll start with two lines on the left and right side. Close this off with a curve. Now I'm drawing the bow. Let's start from the top left corner, bend this up and then out. Do the exact same thing on the right. Let's close off the edge of the bow, bend this around and then in. And step in to create a fold, going around and then down towards the bottom. and I'll bend this in toward the side of the head. Now I'm going to go back up to the top. Along the side of the knot, add a fold, going up and then out. Now with the head complete, let's move down and draw the neck and collar. We'll start with a curve underneath the chin. In the center, draw a straight line coming down the middle. Now I'm going to add a series of points across the collar. Let's go up and out, on the left and right, and then come down and then out toward the side. And we'll angle this up and in toward the side of the collar. Let's go back to this point, angle this up and then in. Now going back down toward the bottom point, angle this up in behind the hair. Now I'm going to go back to the side of the collar, draw a straight line going all the way out toward the side. Let's add one more seam from the side of the collar, coming down and then out. Now let's tuck the body in underneath, starting on the left, bend this down and in toward the hip, on the left and right side. Close off the bottom with a curve. Now let's add a small star over on the right side. So we're going to start from the side of the body. Just going to add a few points. Now I'm going to add 3 layers for the skirt. Start from the hips. I'm going to angle this down and out on the left and right side. Now from the side, come straight in. I'm going to add a point coming down. Pull this up and then in towards the middle of the body. Let's add that second layer. From this point, we're going to step over, angle this down and out. I'm going to angle this up and then in. Add 2 small points along the inside, coming down, up and towards the middle. I'll do that one more time. Now the final layer. So I'm going to step in, angle this down and out, come up and then in. Now I'm going to add 1 point in the center, coming down toward the middle. Now leave a gap in the center, go to the left side. We're going to angle the leg coming down and out toward the left heel, and then the right heel, and then we'll round out the bottom of the feet, starting on the left side, coming down and up toward the outside of the foot. Go back to the left side, curve the foot, and go up. Now I want to bend this down, aiming towards the heel, leaving a gap on the inside. Let's move out, angle this up and then in underneath. And we want to separate the edge of the boot with 1 curve. Now we're going to go back up to the top and draw in the arms. Let's start down here, then the arm going out and then down towards the wrist. From the wrist, draw a small half circle for the thumb. Now connect the bottom of the thumb to the wrist with a curve. Let's add 3 fingers on either side. We're going to start from the bottom of the thumb, bend this around and then up. Go over toward the side, bend the second finger. And then the third finger, we're just going to go all the way around and then out towards the inside of the wrist. And bend this in toward the thumb. Let's do the exact same thing on the right. Now I'm going to go back to the left side. From this point, I'm going to curve the arm going up and then in underneath the collar. Let's separate the arm with 1 curve. Let's go back and separate the top of each finger with a curve going across and in toward the thumb. Now the last thing we're going to do is add the braid coming out from the right side, in behind the body, and then down on the left. So we start with the first braid. Let's start up here. Just going to bend this around and then down. Bend this in and then up underneath. Now right here, it's going to add a fold, coming down and then up. Now we start to bend this braid coming in towards that arm. So let's start from the inside. Go this around and then in, come around and then up towards the top. And then from this point, we're going to go in the opposite direction. And again, just tuck that up. We're going to continue that pattern, going a little bit smaller as you come across and then in. So we go in behind the hand. I'm going to start to bring this in between the hand and the body. Let's add that fold. Now I'm going to come up across the hip. Start with those 2 curves. Bring this down on either side. Let's bring this up. Let's go around the hand. See that we're getting a lot smaller as we come up. Let's add a couple more. Now one more on the end. Again, just rounding out the sides first. And we'll take one side, go up towards the top, and then tuck this one underneath. And we want to connect these 2 points with a curve. Go back to the left side, add that band. And we'll finish off with the bottom of the braid. Starting over here, then it's around and in. Add a point. Come around the opposite side. That's going to work our way back up towards that braid. Add a little bit of texture. And then we'll sign our art and add a splash of color. And that's pretty much it. That's how you draw Lily Lovebraids from Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please be sure to subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. I want to thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.